Welcome back. I hope you are doing great. As a part of this video, we'll understand how to integrate Apache Spark with Jupyter Notebook. In order to integrate the Apache Spark with Jupyter Notebook, you should have already installed the Apache Spark. If you haven't, please look for Apache Spark installation video in our Blismos Academy YouTube channel. A video link is mentioned in the description. And the second prerequisite is you should have already configured the Jupyter Notebook in Ubuntu. If you haven't, please look for our video in Blismos Academy YouTube channel. A video link is mentioned in the description. Now, assuming that you already have a Apache Spark and Jupyter Notebook, how do we bring them together? How do we integrate so that you can start using the Jupyter Notebook to use the Spark? Let's get started. I have logged into Ubuntu. If you haven't, please log into Ubuntu. Now, first, let me check whether the Spark is working here or not. So how do I do that? I'll say PySpark. Looks like it is working, but let us see until it comes up. Yes, you can see the Spark is working fine here. So then let us see whether the Jupyter Notebook is working fine or not. Let me bring up one more terminal. Okay, I'll say Jupyter Notebook. Yes, it is working fine, right? It is working fine. If you directly try to run the PySpark here, it will not work. Let us say I'll say import PySpark. It complains. And if you say from PySpark, this would suffice to understand PySpark is still not configured to be worked with Jupyter. But I'm trying to show a couple of more things so that you are sure PySpark is not integrated. Import Spark session. Now it again complains. Let us go ahead and integrate it now. Very, very simple steps. Okay. What I will do is I will go ahead and open one more terminal. First and foremost thing is you have to install Python for Java. How do I do it? I'll say pip3 install Py for Java. Okay. In my case, Python for Java is already installed. That is the reason it is giving me as requirement already satisfied. But you got to install Python for Java before you proceed with the next steps. I will go ahead and open one more terminal. And in this terminal, I will open the bash RC. Okay. In the bash RC, you would have provided few lines to configure the Spark. Now, after this line, you have to have one more line. Copying that, after these lines, you have to have one more line. That is export Python path underscore $spark home / Python $Python path. Let us save this now. Now I'll close this Jupyter. Let me come back and open one more terminal. And I'll say Jupyter Notebook. It is going to open a Jupyter Notebook now. And now let us see if the Spark is integrated or not. So now I'll say import PySpark. Yes, it is. Now I will test from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Yes, it is. Let me go ahead and create a Spark session here. Spark is equal to Spark session dot builder dot app name and provide the Spark app in double quotes. Then you say get or create. So this is how you create a Spark session, because Spark session is not available by default on the applications or IDEs or the notebooks. Now let me create a one data frame and say df is equal to spark dot range. Don't worry about the warnings. Say 20, and I'll say df dot show. You can see it is running here as of now. Yes, we're able to create a data frame in PySpark. Wonderful. We understood one of the way of integrating Spark with Jupyter Notebook.